So let me tell you about a little situation that happened to me yesterday. Y'all gonna find this interesting. I've been pretty good as far as self quarantining and working from home since last week Monday. Now we talking on Sunday now, but yesterday I needed to ship something to my grandkids. Down in Arizona, and I really didn't want to be out there, but the grandkids been waiting on this for a long time, and I had the thing, and I'm like, God damn, let me just get this thing off. So I get in my car and I drive down to the FedEx store. And so I'm trying to be, you know, keep my distance from the clerks and the counters and stuff. And so I go in there and I ask them, I says, hey, how much is this box? And I pick up this box and they go, oh, that particular box is for laptops. It costs $33. And I'm like, whoa. And then I open it up and I see, oh, it's got some glue. It's got some fancy glued styrofoam in it and all this other kind of stuff. So I says, no, I just need a plain box. So I pick up the box next to it. It's just a flattened out box. I said, how much is this one? They say, oh, that's like $3. I'm like, okay, that's the one I want. Because the stuff I had was already bubble wrapped and I just needed to throw it in a box. All right, so I grabbed the box and I you know how a flattened box is. You expand it and then I folded the flaps for the bottom, but I didn't have the tape. And so I folded the flaps. I put the things in there that I was going to ship off. And I walked the untaped box over to the counter and I says, hey, can y'all put some tape on the bottom of this and then the top of it? They said, yeah, that's fine. Just go ahead and set it on the scale. So I set it on the scale. I take a few steps back to kind of like give myself some distance. Plus, they had like some sanitizer on the counter. So I took some. I washed my hands. And I says, okay, let's go ahead and, do the transaction. So she asked me the address. Now, first, I was talking to this dude about the tape and everything, and then the chick came over, and she wanted to, she was going to do the transaction. So the box is on the scale. And so she's doing the transaction. I'm trying to stand, at least 6 feet away from her, and then she says, okay, it's going to be $39. I'm like, okay. So I walk up, put my credit card in, and, whatever. And so she goes to grab the box off of the scale and move it to the back counter. And I could see it appeared to me like she didn't realize that the thing wasn't taped. And so I said, whoa, the bottom. And she goes, I know. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I was just trying to help. And then she says, if you wanted to help, you would have stayed at home.
Damn.
And I'm like, what?
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't get her name, but I was just like, oh, okay. I came right on back here and went right to FedEx, and I wrote her ass up good, big time.
Was this a black lady?
She wasn't a white chick, but she was like, she was kind of brown skinned, but she wasn't like a black chick because she had kind of straight hair, but she wasn't like Indian because we have a lot of Indians out in this area too. I don't know what she was, man. Something Middle Eastern or something, but it was just like you could tell her attitude was, I don't even want to be here, but I gotta be here because if I don't come, I'm gonna lose my fucking job, And if anybody comes in this store, I'm going to give him shit. Now, the other problem was there was another motherfucker that walked in, but I don't know if he was a FedEx truck driver or something because he kind of looked official, but I wasn't really keeping my eye on him and noticing who he was. He just came up, put some stuff on the counter, and then, they did something real quick, and then he walked on out, So maybe she knew him, and she didn't decide to give him shit, but boy, she really laid it on me. And I was like, I could have, should have said something right there to her, but I said, you know what? I'm not even going to deal with this bullshit. I went to FedEx.com/We Listen, I think it's called. And I said exactly what I just said to you. I typed it all up in their little, what happened box, because I filled in all the dissatisfied questions and shit, versus satisfied versus dissatisfied. I said dissatisfied. And then they go, oh, well, please expound. Tell us more, So, motherfuckers, so, if y'all happen to be out there in the public and have to go to a store or whatever, be on the lookout, man. Motherfuckers out there they ain't in their right minds, man, because there's no way she should have talked to me like that. I was not even impolite to her 1 second. All I told her was I was warning her that, hey, that box is not taped on the bottom. And she turned around and said, I know. And I'm like, okay, I was just trying to help, you know. Then she turns around and goes, if you wanted to help, you would have stayed at home. And I'm like, oh, man. So that's the world.
Cool.
That's the world we're living in. That's the world we're living in right now, man. It's really funked up out there, you know.
Yeah. And my thing would have been, why didn't you stay at home?
Yeah, dude. There's a whole woulda, coulda, shoulda. There was a whole lot of shit I could have said to her after the moment, but it wasn't gonna help. And I figured, you know what? If I quote exactly what she said and I put it in, and I put quotation marks in the complaint, and then I told what date I was there, what time I was there, and they can go back and they can find her and let that manager. And then I put on the check mark there that says, I do want a response from a FedEx manager on this. And so I'm expecting like tomorrow or the next day to kind of get a phone call or get an email back saying, yeah, we talked to her and yeah, she admitted to saying that, and we're going to apologize and blah blah blah. Maybe send me a little coupon or whatever. But what I was trying to just bring up was, we're all cooped up in our houses. No one likes to be in a fucking shutdown environment. And me going out making all I did was yesterday I went out one place to do one thing. And I came straight back home. I said, I got to get these things out of here. And, to get that type of, and I mean, she's there. I mean, if your company is closed and you're not there for customers, then fine, I understand that. But her business is considered an essential business in the state of Illinois. They got this whole discussion about what are essential businesses and not.
Yeah, obviously that's moving product.
Sure. And that's the business that you in. And hey, tough titty. You don't like it. Quit. Go somewhere else. My wife's got to go to work. And she don't like it. Now, she went to work 4 days last week, and this week she finds out that they're cutting her back down to 3 days a week, which is good. She's still getting her full 40-hour week, but she only has to go in 3 days next week because they're cutting it down to. They had it with 2 people in her department had to be in the building. Now they're cutting it down to just 1 person, and I ain't gonna really discuss about what her name of her company is and all that stuff. But y'all know where she works.
Okay.
But yeah, people that's having to go to work, man, while other people are like either working from home or even like the other employees where she works, they're getting paid for not coming in, and that kind of annoys her a little bit too. She's like, shit, how come we're not at least getting paid double time or something? To have to come in here and and they sitting there doing nothing. They're literally doing nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. With companies that shut down around here, except the private industry like barbershops and stuff like that.
Massage parlors, anywhere where there's any kind of close contact between customers and stuff like that, you can't. They got to shut those down.
I'm talking about the people that are getting paid. So the county courthouse people, they're getting paid, and
but they have to go to work.
No, they're working from home.
Well, how are they going to work from home when people need to go in there and like do things like get marriage licenses or
No. You can't walk in the courthouse and do that.
That department is shut down, but the child support, I know somebody that works in child support. She's working from home. Mm-hmm. She's processing stuff from home, but the days that they're getting paid. They're getting paid up to 2 weeks, I believe. What Donald Trump is saying, people should get up to at least 10 days. Well, that's 2 weeks too. 10 days of sick pay during this time.